We have the wonderful world of Sky Striker for you today. We have Enneacraft returning, and we have Fire King as well. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on us. Seeing a sandwich day, seeing play in Sky Striker is just truly beautiful because you can just play this as a one-of. You just pay 200 draw a card. If it was a monster, you apply effects, but that doesn't matter because this is Upstart Goblin 4 just on a once per turn, which actually is hilarious. Like, this is good enough to actually now play in the deck, just kind of get access to one more spell card to be able to turbo through. I do see we are playing the terraforming with the field spell, which is good. I see we're not playing multi-roll in this, which is fine. There are a lot of key differences between a lot of these Sky Striker lists. I mean, this list is not playing Pot of Desires. As much as I like Desires, at certain points it does feel a little bit cloggy. I see we're also playing one singular Ash, and we are playing a Bell in here. This is that way because we can have access to the Crossout, so the Crossout can actually help us out. Trust me when I say this. Crossout is going to be one of your best friends while you're playing this deck, because if things start to not go your way or your opponent starts like interrupt you and your game plan, you get Ash at a vital point, you cry yourself to sleep. I also do like that we are main decking the MST for the visions, so you can actually go through multiple visions in a single turn, which is good. I also do see, we are still playing Triple Fallen of Virtuous, but we do have the Albion, and we do have the Ecclesia in here to kind of keep the Congo line going for that little resource loop so you can, still kind of do things, which is nice. Of course, Camille got slotted in here. We do have Amatsu. We are not playing the Zero, which is fine. I do like the Zero, but you've got to be very careful with your extra deck with this because, your resources are very limited, and we are only playing one Lemonious game in this list. So unless you're trying to go a little bit stupider on things, yeah, you got to manage. Next up is the Enneacraft pile. And straight away the reason why this list did well is because they're calling up Mr. Vanity's Fiend here to be a giant, annoying little turd in the matchups. Now, you go first, you do full Enneacraft combo, you set up everything, you deploy the Vanity's Fiend as your one normal summon for the turn, and your opponent's just like, Psyduck. Like, what am I... Because, the minute that they try to start playing the game, you've already set your entire trap for them here so that you could just do your thing, and that's actually incredibly broken. I do see that this list is playing 2 Fallen and Virtuous, which is fine in theory. I think having access to 2 of these is fine, but I feel like maybe you'd want a little bit more. Also, shout out to this Mega Zoborg down here. Mega Zoborg kind of gets to be one of the bad guys of this deck, because you deploy this, you get to literally control your opponent's extra deck. You get the knowledge for games 2 and 3, but you're going to be bringing this in game 2 anyway, depending on how you're going first or second, and this card just is going to steal you those immediate games, which is kind of good. Also gives us another shout out to this card, Dimensional Fissure being another ignorant Yu-Gi-Oh card that we're just able to kind of slap on the table and kind of use to control the opponents really good. I also do like this. We are actually playing the Dark Bribe. It has been a hot second since I have seen Dark Bribe being discussed as a card, and I'm actually very, very shocked to see a list actually took up the helm of trying to play this card. But this does protect you from getting evenly matched in a local setting where players are probably going to be counterpicking you. So I find that to be very, very hilarious that this actually was a discussion and it was made. Next up, we have Fire Kings. Now, Fire Kings in the current era is a very interesting deck, because the reason why this deck is going to do well, it's going to come down to your tech choices. You're going to have to make some decisions that you might not like, but also at the same time, if you do get the right concessions set up for this list, boy, oh boy, do I feel like you are going to have a good time for playing this. Now, obviously, maximizing on all of the good pieces you're going to want. But also, Dirac Megalo is going to be probably one of the best little access pieces for you to be able to have, because this card just turns into all of the little Dirac Meteors for you to work with, and that's really, really good. I do see we are playing 2 Fallen and Virtuous in the main deck. I think this is fine, honestly. I'm not like the greatest fan of only playing 2, but you have the additional copy in the side deck if you do need to have access to it, which means, you know, as long as we can see rotation into it's fine. We also have the additional fossil deck. So this list did choose to side deck consistency pieces. You know, if there is a point that I need to rotate these in, you know, I have access to them. I also see we are playing the Animador Archosaur down here. Funny, haha, things happen with this stupid card. Hey man, free destroy dinosaur, except for, you know, itself. It's always stinks that you can't destroy itself to be able to kind of bridge on into Megalo here. Seems pretty good. Also like the fact that, awkwardly enough, they were side decking the Called by the Grave. I feel like that would have been a card that I would have wanted in the main deck, but, you know, your job is just to make sure you can get the combo pieces going. Also, don't forget you have the rolling OTK shenanigans here that, you know, people have kind of forgotten about, but it's just a little piece that the fire deck can still do that really makes it a little bit of a menace in today's society. Next up, we have Magnet Warriors. Now, interestingly enough, this list is only playing 2 copies of Duo Tyrion. I guess they just felt that they didn't want to play multiple, and that's understandable, right? Because, like, your trade-off with playing multiple Duo Tyrion is you get slapped with a once per turn on it. Alright, so while consistency seems like you want to upgrade it, and you want that idea of, oh, hey, you know, we can have more consistency, we'll be able to get to our key lines a little bit easier, the illusion is, unfortunately, it might not actually happen. So playing 5 copies of Magnet Bonding, I think, is good enough. Now, you do see we are playing Super Polys in the main deck. I think this is fine as well for your tech choice. Being able to rely on Super Poly to effectively board break your opponent is going to work out very well. I do see that they did slap in the Imperium in here. I don't know why they chose to play the Imperium, because I don't, well, I guess we do have one big, yeah, okay, so we are playing the big guys in here, okay. It's interesting to me that they even chose to play this, because a lot of the more modern era lists have just foregone this card. It's because you're playing 2 bricks in the deck, you know. Valkyrian and Berserkion just don't do anything. Like, yes, your trade-off is I get a big 4K body that's going to really put my opponent on a crunch timer, and they're gonna have to find a way to deal with this, because, like, if they don't, you know, you're gonna have issues. But, you know, it's high risk, high reward, you know. If I'm playing these bricks, you know, that could be one more optimized combo piece I could have in my hand to be able to kind of play the deck. So, you know, there's a lot to think about. I'll see we are playing the Gorgon. That's really cool. And then, of course, look, one of the few decks in the room that actually does get access to play the Underworld Goddess to rip apart, you know, troublesome things away from the opponent. So I don't see any issues with this deck. I find this list is pretty optimized for what you want. And then our next list here is White Forest. There have been a lot of discussions about White Forest ever since Droll Lockbird has gone away. I mean, to 2. I mean, it's not effectively dead, but it's enough in terms of limitations that, you know, it's a some of the time, but not all the time. We've also been seeing in a lot more of these rogue-ish decks that players are kind of relying on things like evenly matched to kind of be like the, we're going to clean up the field here. You know, we'll use this kind of as like the equalizer to kind of counterbalance things within the format. I think this card is just fine for what you're trying to use it for. It allows a deck like White Forest to have a better chance going second. Also see we are side decking the Scourge. We have triple tack thrust down here in the side deck if we need them. We do have 2 access points to Double Cyclone. Double Cyclone's been kind of falling out of favor, but depending on, once again, your local environment or the environment you're going to be taking this deck to, this is still going to be good. And also a shout out to Diabells here. the original Sin Keeper. Hey, forcing the opponent to set their spells and traps before activating them is just frickin' hilarious, because then you're able to provide yourself a free win against like Runic and Radiant Typhoon, for example. I don't know why I said Runic, it's not a relevant deck right now. But you have enough little control options available to you that you can work with. Like, actually looks pretty solid, to say the least. So, a lot of good developments happening right now in the game. I love where this is going. I'm actually super excited to see, you know, how things are going to shape up. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.